All right. Welcome. We are playing Dig Dug today, a game that I am absolutely certain I am terrible at because I've only played it a few times. But this channel is all about trying a lot of games that I haven't played before, ones that I own but haven't played. It's doing its little demo mode thing right now, so that's what you're seeing right now on the screen. But Yeah, and I figure we'll play a few games here of Dig Dug, and I'll be terrible at it. And then once we decide that I am absolutely terrible at it, then we'll do some other games here. I've got a whole drawer full of Atari games that I never play, and so if there's some games that you guys want to see, I probably have some of the more common Atari games. Um, Let me know in the chat, and uh, and we'll get those games going. But let's start off with some Dig Dug here. Oh yeah, there's that 8-bit audio right there. One of the things, I don't know if it's just how old these controllers are, but the Atari 2600 controllers are absolutely terrible. Um, it's just a joystick with a button, and like they always feel like they're pressing the wrong way, and like I just feel like they're pressing the wrong way, and like you don't get any real fine control of them. Oh, I got away. But it could just be their age. But I mean, also, it's not like they had like tons of experience, with good, proper. See, I can't get it to go down. Sometimes when I play the Atari games, I instead choose to use a gamepad from like a different console. They oftentimes will work. Like I think like the Sega ones might work with it. Granted, there's only one button on the Atari controllers, but there's uh, quite a few on the there's like two buttons on the Sega Master System, for instance, um, and like three on the Genesis, but they all seem to kind of function the same way, and they do have the same controller uh, input, so it tends to work out pretty well. Hi, Allison. So if I get frustrated with this joystick, I might end up switching to a Sega controller later. Come on. There we go. We got them all that time. So you gotta get good at, like, dropping the rocks on them and stuff. Oh, there you got me. You got one of them, though. Such a weird game, or a weird idea for a game. Think about it. Dig around, there's little monsters in the ground, and you kill them by inflating them with a hose that you shoot out of you. Yeah, I'm not really sure like who came up with that idea, but I mean it was the 70s. Probably some drugs involved. Oops. Diggity diggity dug, that's right. Can't tell, did he get away or did I blow him up? Oh, there's two of them there, hiding behind each other. Oh, see, I am terrible at this game, but that's alright. Welcome in everyone who's watching here. We will be playing a handful of Atari games today. So if there is a popular Atari game that you know of that you want to see played, let me know. Because I own a lot of the popular ones. How long would it take it to code this back in the day versus now? Well, so here's the thing about the Atari. The Atari was designed to play Pong, essentially. And so everything that's not Pong is essentially some sort of weird sort of hack of the Atari's capabilities here. At least as I understand it. I'm no expert in it, but I got away. And so yeah, there's like all the different characters and stuff are like kind of intended to be like, you know, from the machine's point of view, like a paddle or a ball. So you'll notice like, and that's just how I understand it, at least. I'm not 100% sure that's right, but like the enemies might be, you know, the paddles, and you might be the ball or something like that. You can change things around and play with the colors and duplicating things like that. But that's how I understand that the Atari worked. It could be completely off base on that, but whoa, they got me. So programming for the Ataris wasn't easy, and then not only that, but you didn't have like, you know, decent programming languages like you do today. And I died. So you were programming this stuff sort of with the machine code of the Atari. There wasn't. I don't even think you would have done this with like BASIC or anything like that. I think this would have been very, very manual, very slow. I mean, BASIC was a language that was used back then, but I don't think that it would have been how you wrote programs for the Atari. Hey, you sneaking away. There we go. Either way, I think that programming for the Atari would have been very difficult. Granted, today's games are much more complicated, so I wouldn't say that the difficulty has necessarily gone down. But to make a game like this today would be fairly simple, whereas a game like this back in the 70s would have taken a team of people a lot of time. Although occasionally you hear about these games like that are built by one guy in a weekend or something, like the E.T. game was built in like a week, I think, which probably part of the reason it's so terrible. Yeah, I'm not even doing well on this first level here. This isn't really the first level. I thought I restarted it. Oh, I got him. See, the controls are terrible. But yeah, like this game, for instance, was an arcade game, which is what happened to a lot of the Atari games. Is they were originally designed for the arcades, which did have a lot of people working on them, and took a lot of money and time to build. But then they would port themselves over to the Atari consoles, and so that people could play their like favorite arcade games at home. So that's exactly what this is. Dig Dug was an arcade game before, but it didn't always work out. One of the games that's cited is oftentimes is like one of the worst games ever built was the Atari 2600 port of Pac-Man. Here's my wife.
Hi. So the port of Pac-Man was considered terrible?
Oh yeah. The 2600 version of it was. like later on with the other Atari releases of Pac-Man, like they were actually really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But the one for this particular console is oftentimes cited as a total failure. It's difficult to control, and I mean, even back then, for the graphics, back then they were pretty terrible.
That's pretty pathetic for them to be terrible graphics.
Yeah, right.
So,
I mean, I've got that game. We can play it later if we want to.
Oh God.
It's really hard to control Pac-Man though. Like,
oh, is he going? Is he going?
they only escape on the last one.
Oh. I don't know. I clearly know this game well. No, going back to the, like, paddle and ball thing, I don't know about this particular console, but I do remember hearing a talk that was very similar to that. I was listening to a talk of game developers, who made their own, like, version of Halo, but for this console. And they talked about all the different things that they had to do to be able to kind of, like...
Halo for the Atari.
You know, it was terrible, but it was great. They were, like, having to, like, give up a bunch of different aspects of the games and, like, where they can compromise and, like, how to even get, you know, the number of enemies on the playing field that they needed. And, like,
Right.
they talked about glitching and, like, reusing bullets. So, like, when a bullet went off the screen, it didn't leave memory. It wrapped around just outside of the screen and then came back and would start, like... They're like, we had a finite number of resources. It took more to destroy that resource, rebuild, than to just...
They just lost it again. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's kind of one of the things about these old consoles, the Atari consoles and stuff, is...
I'm totally off screen.
A lot of times the...
Gotta cuddle closer.
a lot of times the limitations of the console actually force the developers to come up with some really creative... Oh, jeez, I'm not going to survive this. Oh,
Oh, you did?
Look at that.
So wait, what are you hitting them with? Sorry, I know you were gonna go about developers being creative. Well, we'll hit back that again.
It's like a hose and you inflate them.
What?
Yeah. Seriously, these games were built by people on drugs.
Okay. I thought he was shooting electricity. But alright. It's a hose. Alright. You have to hit him 3 times, it looks like?
Yeah,
These
usually.
ones? Okay. So, forcing creators to be
Yeah, so today...
developers to be creative.
Today, somebody can just create whatever they want, but back then there was a lot of limitations to it, and so people had to be very creative with the way that
Resource allocation.
not just resource allocation, but just with the limitations of everything, like the controller. You know, you've got 4 directions and 1 button. You've got you got 8 bits, an 8-bit processor. You've got
8-bit music, 8-bit color.
yeah, a few kilobytes of memory if you're lucky, and
what was it? Okay, so Kamal Nanjiani has a bit about old school games versus he was playing Heavy Rain, I think, and he was like, oh man, you're playing a divorced man, and I don't remember all his bit, but it ends up going back in the day they would have been yeah, all of that story, yeah, we'll put that in the
in the manual.
in the manual.
That's the thing. A lot of people really hate on games like E.T. and stuff, but because it makes no sense at all if you just start playing it.
Yeah.
But one of the things that doesn't happen a lot is people find the actual manual for it, and the original manual actually explains how the whole game is played and everything, and apparently
this was
I don't own the
stage
manual.
1 of nobody reads.
Yeah, right. But apparently it's actually not that bad of a game if you... I mean, it is a bad game, but it's not that bad if you know
how to play it. It takes a lot of crap because they made assumptions that you would read the manual. When you didn't, it was a harder game.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this a minute ago, but that game was also as far as I remember, it was developed in like a week by like one guy because it had to be out at the same time as the release of the E.T. movie.
Oh, I
And
feel so bad for that guy. No, his entire legacy is probably just that one game. Oh,
I mean, he got it done. It's just
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, there's two of them, Trixies.
Yeah, they do that a lot on that particular square.
Interesting. Brandon's getting the hang of this now. I'm gonna curse you though.
Yeah, no, I'm not good at it. So, like, this little joystick controller is also the absolute worst. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but I oftentimes play the games on the Atari using the, like, gamepads from other consoles. Ooh, I didn't turn the right... See,
because you can get away with it.
Well, those ones...
They're compatible.
Yeah, a lot of those ones that use the...
Whoa!
The 9-pin D-sub connector. Oh, shoot. Push the wrong... Like, well, see, I'm going the wrong... I'm not pushing the wrong direction, just registering the wrong direction. But yeah, a lot of those ones that have that same 9-pin connector, they, for some reason, all seem to work with each other.
I mean, it makes kind of sense. Like, an input is an input is an input.
Yeah, I guess it probably made things easy for, like, people playing games.
And this would have been back before the days of, no, it's proprietary.
That's what I mean, right? Like, it would be easy for people to, like, oh, I've got my Atari, 5200, wow, that's a bad example, 7800 controller, and, I want to play it on my Atari 2600,
Whoa, wait, you can water through a single thing?
Yeah, like, kind of. Oh, jeez, there's so many of them.
Nope.
And, it's... So, oh, I didn't get him. Go up. And so, like, the formats are pretty simple, because you have 9 pins, and you've got, 5 buttons or whatever, so you can wire each pin up on the controller to a different button.
Wait, do you literally think that, like, the D-pad, or the equivalent of, is wired to one of those inputs?
Oh, it is, absolutely.
Like, up is one.
Yes.
Oh god, they really did have limitation. I mean, I get that you have a singular button right now, but, like...
Yeah, no, I think that there was, like, a...
You say 9,
like
you mean 9.
Yeah, right?
Like...
But, well, and then there were some other weird things, but, like, sorry. But, like, I think one of the pins on the 9 pins was, like, the high voltage, and then each of the buttons would ground that pin out, and so whichever button it would ground through is which button it pressed.
Okay, so I have a very, very basic in electronics understanding, and, like, that, like, still, like, that's about as simple as you can get. Like, I feel like most circuitry is still like that, though, right? Like, it's
but
a
like,
one-to-one. I guess not with
a
an
game
Arduino.
controller today, like, well, so let's say, like, let's take, like, the GameCube, for instance, right?
Would it use, like, a matrix or an array?
It would use, like, it would be sending digital information, through the pins on it, rather than, like, just having on off for each button. You wouldn't need as many pins because it would be sending information through, like, digitally. So it could also send different kinds of information. Like, for instance, you have, like, the Game Boy Advance connection cable, things like that. It doesn't have to be just button presses. But on these old controllers, that's all they were. So it was simple. And they didn't need anything better than that. But that's kind of why a lot of those controllers are compatible with each other, is because why not?
They probably all were mapped exactly the same. Don't get hurt. Thank you. I care about you.
So yeah, they're all mapped the same, and they're all essentially the same thing. Ah, come on. But like, and then today's controllers, they're all wireless and stuff. So they're definitely digital communications. But
It's interesting. So like, I'm just trying to think of.
oh, shoot, I lost him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I went down instead of the left.
Like analog versus digital. Like digital can only tell you if a particular value is either set at that particular number, like a literal bit, right? Or if it is on and off.
I mean, I guess technically this is digital because it's just, ones and zeros.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not
off, but
it's not getting any granularity or modularity of like the wave or like.
Yeah, but when I say digital in this case, I mean like it's sent like serial data or
yeah,
something like that.
It's listening on a particular port for as many.
It's sending organized data rather than just
on off.
like like just connecting a circuit.
All of the inputs coming through one thing instead of each individual input being wired separately.
Yeah, so instead of it being just like...
Trying to understand. Hopefully I am.
Because this isn't sending any actual data. It's just completing a circuit. Oh, you got me. So what I'm talking about though is like there's data that it's like, yeah, there is. And they got me.
Got you good.
So like a controller now might send a command that says, A button pressed, and then it'll send another command when it's released, kind of thing. I'm just guessing. I know, but it's sending that all as binary data into streams, right? Rather than, like, in this case, the console is just waiting for a circuit to be completed, and when it does that, then it knows that's a trigger for it to do something. Where in that case, with the newer consoles, they'll be like, it knows what's happening. It doesn't just, interrupt it from a button press kind of thing. There's always data flowing through a modern controller, whereas this one, if I don't, right now I'm not touching the controller. The game console doesn't even know that the controller is hooked up.
Well, that's a weird thing to think
right?
about.
There's no logic behind this controller at all. There's nothing smart in here. If I took this apart, all you would see is a circuit board where there are wires or traces going to each of the 4 buttons of the joystick and the 1 button for the button. And then there would be
the big red pressy button thing.
Then there would be a switch on top of that, and every time you push the up on the joystick, it depresses the switch that's meant for the up control, and that's all. There's nothing in here. There's no integrated circuits. There's not even resistors and things in here. I've opened these before. They're just wires with switches.
That's weird.
That's all that's in here. So there is no way for the console to know that the controller is plugged in, or for it to.
Can we make our own controller?
Yeah, it wouldn't be all that hard in this case.
I mean, unlike I know you have like the kits and stuff to etch your own circuits and stuff. Which, by the way, that pen that I was using to sign my marbles and stuff, I was reading online that you can use that for circuit tracing.
That's cool.
I don't know what kind of a deposit it leaves. I think it's maybe titanium. I'm not sure.
So you can, like, it's conductive is what you're saying? That's cool.
I was like, that doesn't seem practical because they're hairline freaking marks that the thing makes, but...
I used to have a pen that you could buy at Radio Shack, and it was like a marker, but instead of like laying down regular ink, it laid down like a silver alloy. And so the whole idea is that you could repair or build circuits with it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You do have like all of the things needed though to do a proper circuit etching? Is that what the right?
Yeah, like I have the tools to etch a circuit board.
Yeah. When's the last time you did one? Like I can't remember what project.
I don't know. And finding I usually do the photo method, so using boards that have a photosensitive coating on them. But the store that I used to buy them from hasn't had stock in ages. So I don't. If anyone's familiar with Fry's Electronics,
the store that won't die but won't get stock.
So Fry's Electronics is like a huge version of like a combination of like a Best Buy and a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
And like Sears.
As seen on TV and like.
But like it was
some appliances.
Big electronics store, right?
That's the Sears.
And
our particular one was golf themed, and another one I know is
So anyway, it's this big electronics store, and like they seem to be doing like really well, and then like all of a sudden like they just stopped carrying new stock, and the rumors are that they switched to what they call a consignment model, which is like what like a lot of big retailers like Walmart and stuff do, but basically, like in that case, like Walmart doesn't own the stock in their store, but they let people lease out space, essentially, kind of. They let people sell things in their store, but with some stipulation, right? And it means that Walmart doesn't essentially lose money when products are stolen and things like that, and they don't have to. Walmart doesn't have to pay up front for the products. There's a lot less risk for the retailer. But wholesalers don't like to sell to consignment style stores.
There's a lot of risk involved for them. Like
they've
got product on shelves.
It puts all the risk on the wholesaler instead of on the retailer, right?
And what happens with like loss too? Like something actually got stolen.
Yeah, and then that's on the wholesaler. They lose their product, right?
Yep.
And so
shrinkage, I think, is shrink. That's what it's called.
So anyway, apparently Fry's Electronics tried to do that. Well, the problem with it is like if you're not Walmart, you don't have the sort of like leverage. Like Walmart
share.
can do that just fine because if you want to be a successful, like if you want a product to succeed, you have to sell at Walmart. Like there's no option there. You have to. But
it's the same as not true of electronics. I'm sorry, like.
Well, and Fry's Electronics is a big store, but like they're not Walmart.
No.
So.
No, and I feel like they're only big in like I say that like they're not countrywide. I don't think, right? Like.
They do have Fry's Electronics across the country. It's not like every major city has them, you know. And like Walmart, every minor city has a Walmart, you know. That's why it's successful for Walmart. They have the ability to force the wholesalers into doing their consignment model, but I just don't think it's working out for. I mean, it's not because Fry's Electronics has been
empty for months.
Months, probably even more than a year, or
it might be.
Might even be getting close to 2 years at this point.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen them restock a shelf at Fry's Electronics.
Well, and like what's worse is you talk with the cashiers, you're like, so what's going on? They don't know.
They're just like, yeah, they won't tell us when we're going out of business.
I'm like, oh my god. I can't imagine.
It's crazy to see because these stores are like, what?
Whoa.
Was there one there?
Yeah.
He capture's not showing them.
Really?
Not all of them. Sometimes they kind of like turn clear.
Weird.
But yeah, like, oh, I bet it's the de-interlacing I have turned on. I should probably turn that off for this. Yeah, like they seem to like not know anything. And here, let me turn off the de-interlacing while we're
switching up new stages here. You want to pause? You can't
there
pause. There's no pause on this game.
It might make it look a little weird, but yeah, at least things won't disappear. But yeah, like, oh, there's 3 of them. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's just sad to see because, like, I mean, not that the company's going out of business. The company treats their employees terribly, from what I've heard, and like, they're kind of one of those companies. It's all about the money kind of thing. But it was a fantastic place to buy.
It was like the only place to go buy. Like you can go and like they would have shelves and shelves and aisles of just components.
Yeah, like how like Radio Shack used to be, where you could just buy, resistors and capacitors and transistors and ICs, things like that.
Now you paid a little bit more than shipping them from AliExpress.
Well, yeah,
and you had them that day.
Buying anything at any retailer, but
I feel like that's what you've ended up having to do, though, is like just when you're online, it's like, well, the only place I can find them.
Well, no, there's plenty of other you can buy things from Mouser and DigiKey and things like that, but
look, I don't do electronics and components.
But you can't just go to the store and buy them. Like
I have an Arduino. That's as far as I go.
You can't just go to the store and buy them. You have to order them and you have to wait weeks, or maybe not weeks, but at least several days.
Depending on your shipping and depending if you want free shipping or overnight or whatever.
Well, you're not going to get free shipping on a couple of resistors either.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, look, I just would like this particular resistor or this set of resistors.
Yeah, so it's it's nice to have a store that's local like that, especially when you want to do quick little electronic repairs and stuff like that. When you've got a little project you want to work on, it's nice to be able to go to the store and pick up something like that. But Fry's Electronics, they met that demand for me. I wish there was a better store, but
yeah. I don't know of any other store that has.
Well, like the old Radio Shacks were awesome. You could go in there and buy all that.
What happened to the Radio Shacks? Like, I don't actually know the story. I feel like you do, though.
Well, as far as I can tell, that kind of business wasn't super profitable for them. They ended up doing trying to be like selling toys and things like that for a while.
I think they're just phones.
Well, then they eventually started selling cell phones, and they made that their primary business model after a while. And now they've declared bankruptcy and they're almost non-existent at this point.
That's fair.
If they have any stores, I don't even know if they have any stores left.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel like there's a YouTube channel that we watch that covers companies that have gone out of business.
Oh yeah, I've got a few of those kind of channels I like to watch. If anyone's interested in how businesses die, there's a YouTube channel called Company Man. He makes really good little documentaries and explanation videos about what caused the demise of a lot of really popular stores, and what's happened to them. For instance, Circuit City, he explains what happened to them, how Best Buy basically destroyed them with their model of selling electronics. And then, well, hold on.
Okay.
And then later explaining that Circuit City, after they went bankrupt, they went to being an online-only retailer, which didn't do very well until another company bought them out and renamed them to Tiger Direct, which did very well for a few years.
Really? I don't think I knew that. Or
that they were Tiger Direct?
That. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not the same company. It was a whole new set of people running it. It was just the people who bought Circuit City's website. If you go to circuitcity.com, I think it still redirects the Tiger Direct's website.
Okay. I don't even know, I don't think I've bought anything ever from Tiger Direct. But I think I get their, emails.
Well, they were an incredibly popular electronics retailer online for a while, especially for people who would, build their own computers and stuff. They were kind of the big competitor for Newegg.com.
Now, I definitely know Newegg.
So, But yeah, that's the kind of like he goes into real detail about that kind of stuff. He presents the financials and stuff too, but like in an interesting way. So that guy's YouTube channel's called Company Man.
So,
Doesn't sound like it's a very interesting topic, but he really does do a good job of presenting it in an interesting way.
do you get any sort of points for doing it quickly?
I don't know.
Do you get points for destroying the ground? Yes. Yes, you do. Just destroy the ground, Brendan. That's how you maximize your points.
Pretty sure you get a lot more points for taking it out of these guys.
Well, that's true. No, so is the company man the same guy who did the, like, failed... Is it Target Canada? Canada Target?
Probably.
Okay.
He's done, like, a lot of them. I mean, the rise and fall of Sears and,
Who's it and what's its good?
I don't know, Red Lobster was one.
Wait, is Red Lobster still there?
Yeah, it doesn't mean the company has to be out of business. Just...
That it did really badly and changed things around enough that it was interesting? Something interesting happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
If the story about... I mean, he also does videos on the success of some companies, too. Not just the failures of them.
Did he do one on Six Flags?
Yeah, he did one on the rise, fall, and rise again of Six Flags, I think.
By the way, Six Flags is awesome! Sorry. I have no idea about them as, like, a company, other than I just like roller coasters, and they're cheaper than the other ones. That's all I know. That's all I know. I just really like roller
Well, there's
coasters.
not, like, a lot of options around here, either.
What did you just do? You can go through him?
If you blow them up first.
What?
Like, I pumped one into him first, and then...
And then you were just like, I'm gonna waltz right through. That's weird.
Yeah, no, he does a lot of cool videos, and a lot of them are very interesting.
So, in this game, what are all the little cubes at the bottom? Those are your lives?
Yeah.
You have a lot of lives left.
Yeah, I'm doing decently this time.
Getting the hang of this. Not too bad. Quiet. It got quiet all of a sudden.
Yes, it did. Yeah, get this guy.
You're not gonna get him.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get him. Gotta get him, gotta get him. I like the, sometimes desertscape, like this right here, I could see as a desert.
You're right.
But like then other levels, I'm like, don't know what you're thinking, but okay. Ugh. I feel like every time I'm on this stream, I'm like, I just
down.
need a pillow.
No, there we go.
Just need
You're
a pillow.
welcome to bring a pillow in here, you know.
Let's see. What else?
Whoa, 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 whoa. You stay there.
So, what are the different kinds of enemies in here?
There's these guys that look like Q Bert, and then there's these green dinosaurs.
Q Bert. Is that the like is it like a puzzle game?
It's the one where you have to like jump on the blocks until they all light up and...
Yeah, it's the puzzle game I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure I own that for the SNES.
Yeah, I'm sure they made it for like everything.
And by that I mean my sister gave that to me, or did I buy it off of her? I don't remember. It was forever ago. But like I never actually owned the SNES as a child. It was more as an adult, and she was like, "Hey, you like video games?" And I was like, "True. Would you like this?" And I was like, "Yes."
Would you like Q Bert?
Well, she gave me like her whole set, including that really cool Nintendo box, which was in better condition before I moved, because you know I put tape on it so that it wouldn't.
What she's talking about is the Nintendo box is the the like plastic box that you would store your Super Nintendo and your N64 games in.
It's really nice. Officially branded.
And you gotta love this music, huh?
I can't hear it.
Oh, that's fair.
I have no headphones. All I hear is button press, button press, button press, button press. I still don't. I don't understand the blowing them up with a. It doesn't work. For
Look
my
it up.
brain.
See what find the instruction manual for Dig Dug. See what the story is behind Dig Dug. Because you know that there's a whole story behind it. There's gotta be. That's how these old games worked. Although it was an arcade game, so maybe there's not like a proper instruction manual.
I don't know, man. Dig Dug. Let's find out. Let's see. Over to the Wikipedia.
You gotta look up the manual, not the Wikipedia page.
I mean, this tells you kind of what you need.
Does it?
Controlling the titular character. The player is tasked
Does it say titular character?
It says titular character. I am reading verbatim. Just makes me think of Harmon Quest. Tasked with defeating all enemies in each stage, done by either inflating them with an air pump until they pop or crushing them underneath large rocks.
Yeah, that is how that happens.
So it's an air pump.
Yeah, it is. That part I knew.
That seems so weird.
Hopefully that didn't come through too badly on the microphone. One of you needs to come over here. Ah!
Ooh! That was a long...
What a jerk.
Alright, let's find out what else I can learn about these creatures. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Go back to Wikipedia.
What's like a good score in this game?
I don't know.
That's how all these old games work. You just get points and...
Yep, that is exactly how it worked.
Alright. I got you in the corner.
Ooh, they have names.
Okay.
So, there's a green dragon that can bring fire. What do you think it's called?
Dragon.
Fygar.
Fygar.
Then there are red tomato-like creatures with comically large goggles.
Is that what they are? They're tomato-like?
They're tomato-like.
The goggles?
They have comically large goggles.
If you say so.
What do you think those are called?
How am I supposed to know?
Take a guess.
Bill.
Good guess. Puka.
Puka?
Puka. Oh, bonus points are awarded for squashing multiple enemies with a single rock. Dropping 2 rocks on a stage will cause a bonus item to appear in the middle of the screen, which can be eaten for more points. Once the enemies have been defeated, Dig Dug will proceed to the next stage.
Oh, there is a bonus item. Look at that.
Bonus item!
Ah!
Apparently, do you see the comically large goggles?
Yeah, they're comical. They don't even connect. Like, goggles would connect.
I don't know, that might be a thing that they added in, like, remixes of this.
Well, again, this is gonna be a port from the arcades, too. It might have looked better on the arcades.
That's fair. They were just like,
Ah, leave me alone!
nope. Nope.
Killed by my joystick again.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You wanna pick another game?
Sure, what do you want to play?
I don't know. Pick something out.
What drawer do I go to?
The one that's got cartridge games in it.
Well, yeah, okay.
I have all the drawers labeled very nicely.
Ugh.
There's one that says cartridge games on it.
I'm too old for this, Brandon. I can't do it. Should I pick a random one? Or should I pick a good one?
Yeah, pick something that's popular.
Right. You say that like I know any of these at all.
Oh, come
there's
on.
Q Bert.
Q Bert.
But Q Bert.
You know, I'm not sure I've ever actually, like, properly played this game.
Why does this have an asterisk?
I can't put it in over here, though.
Why does Mario Bros have an asterisk?
I don't know.
Like, it's Mario Bros.
It is Mario Bros. You want to play that? Play Mario Bros.
I.
Console's over there. I can't put it in.
Where's this right here?
Yep.
Alright. Where's the off button?
So let's switch on the left.
Did I do it?
You did now, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a minute, guys. I will be right back here. The label faces away from you.
That thing's dumb.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to, like, stay.
Did you push it all the way in?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's in.
Okay.
Alright, let me,
Ooh. Wow, there's a lot of games in here. You got Donkey Kong?
there's Donkey Kong in there.
Alright, I'm gonna go get a pillow. Dude, can I get some audio?
If you bring a headset. Oh, sorry, I just realized I am doing this live. Alright.
Oh, well. There you go.
Sorry. I'll move the keyboard off to the side here. I should have been doing that in a different view. Alright, no worries.
It is what it is.
We
Alright.
have... Now this one might be... Nope, okay, it'll play.
Cool.
I think the point of this game, like...
I could tell you.
You just have to light them all up, right?
I'm gonna let you find out.
No, tell me.
Oh, it's not even like the... Yeah, that is the point. Where's the splitter?
Oh, here we go.
How do I do audio?
Yeah, plug in our splitter here.
Ooh, wifey wants to hear the great 8-bit sounds.
Nice. The question is, am I good enough at controlling this
Doodaloo.
to, like, not...
Nope.
Yeah, nice. See, exactly.
Nope.
I might need the... See, I already died.
So should we play this one and then switch over to the SNES and see how they compare?
This,
Good.
right off the back. Do we have it on the SNES?
Yes, I do. I can go prove it. Go find out.
Nope. I died.
Oh, it is Q Bert 3.
3?
3. This game, Brandon, deserved a 3.
Ah, I got hit. Hey, we beat a level.
Oh, you got to the orange level. It's so pretty.
This is the correct pattern.
So, I don't know if this is how Q Bert, like, has always gone. But,
Well,
like,
no, this is a terrible port of the game.
so the one that I remember, if you jumped on the square that you jumped on before, it would change back.
It doesn't seem like it's doing that here.
No, it certainly isn't.
Oh, wait, oh, if they get to the bottom, they come back up, apparently.
Oh, fancy. Dude, they figured out 3D perspective. They got this game.
Yeah, totally 3D. This is a 3D Atari game, guys. Oops.
Oops, what?
They got hit.
Oh. What's with, like, the lines on the side?
That's it showing its 3D perspective.
Ah.
Oh, you mean the flashing lines?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oops.
No, I get what you're saying. The, like, the gradient-esque kind of thing. That's the
Probably has something to do with fudging the limitations of this console.
the flashy lights.
That'd be my guess. Well, guys, I can get to the orange level pretty well.
Can you get past the orange level? Brandon, orange is my favorite color. You gotta get past this level. This is like
You want me to get past it? Or you want me to stay here?
No, you gotta get past it.
Where's all my enemies?
I don't know. You killed them. Oh, there's one. Uh-oh, there's two. We
Alright,
did
I
it.
got past it.
Yay.
Because there were no enemies. Ooh, now we're on the white
Rare?
level. Yeah.
Gray. Things are quite somber here.
Oops.
Oh, what?
Apparently that was an acid pellet.
Apparently. I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention to your score. Also, what is Q Bert?
He's Q Bert.
What is with the nose? Should I be concerned with what he is?
It spawned immediately under me as I was jumping.
Doop.
Apparently I still have lives.
Yep, that's it. This is your last one. Be careful,
I don't know how to
Brandon.
get out of here. Okay, there we go. No!
Nope. Oh, that's all she wrote.
Let's see. Let's try it with the
The SNES? Or you just want a different
Genesis controller.
Alright. I can try to help you.
Cool.
What do you need?
Either the Genesis or the Master System controller up there.
This thing?
Let's go with the Genesis one, the one below it. Yeah,
This?
that
Alright.
one that says Genesis on the front.
Ugh.
I
No
think
one said I was smart.
I know
I'm
I'm
the
close to the
pretty
microphone.
face.
I talk quietly here.
This is not becoming an ASMR video.
So I was talking real quiet like this.
Oh, God. No.
Welcome to the gaming ASMR video. Alright, let's see if I can do this. You see, now I can control it, I think. Oh, guess not.
Uh-huh. Blame it on the controller.
Don't worry, I can. Yeah, no, it's weird because up means, like,
No.
up and to the right.
I don't disagree. I hate this game.
Oh my god.
I hate this game on the SNES.
You gotta remember how to... Okay, down is like that.
I mean, eventually you'll figure it out, but it is not intuitive. Maybe hold the controller at an angle. Would that help?
I think, like... Nope. I think it's like this. This might help. That does help.
Good. I think you squished an enemy, or you died. I don't know.
I've only got one life left. I think I start with like 3 or 4.
You do. You start with quite a few.
I'm gonna make it to the orange level this time.
Hey, I've got high hopes for you.
I mean, I guess this would make sense with the like Atari controller. You could hold it sideways pretty easily.
Oh, that might be true. Yeah, you're doing a lot.
Oops.
Nope.
That was just me being stupid right there.
I was like, hey, he's got this down now. He's got the controller all sideways. It's getting the inputs. It's going a little faster, and then woo!
I keep doing that though.
Right on time. Right on cue. Like I told the story of it, and it happened again. Okay, so in this one, you have a snake.
Ooh, it's a snake. It's like a springy thing.
Springy thing. And then you've got just marbles that are falling down? Just squishies?
It's Q Bert.
Squishies. They're squishies? Should I find the Q Bert
Don't
manual?
question the Q Bert. Made it past the orange level that time.
Ooh, Q Bert.
Oops.
Ooh! What did you call the purple monster?
Springy.
His name is Coily.
There you go. Oh, this one turns him back.
Yeah, there you
How do
go.
I get rid of him?
He just goes off the edge. That's how. Oh man. You can download it for your phone. Of course you can. It uses isometric graphics to create a pseudo 3D effect.
He faked me out.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't have my headphones on. I don't get to hear
You're missing out on these awesome sounds.
Bloop,
Bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Alright, here we go. We have the orange title character with his comic swear speech
That's
bubble.
Q Bert.
Yep. This is...
Wait, he doesn't have the swearing in this, does he? Oh, he does.
There it is. Then we have the purple snake enemy Coily, the green enemy Sam, and Slick.
Who's Slick?
I don't know, that's literally what it says, comma and Slick. I get no descriptors of Slick. Just... comma. Uh-oh.
Coily's after me. Did I lose?
Yes. No.
I think I won and lost.
Good job. You confused the machine. Doop, 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 doop,
I have to say,
doop, doop,
it is
doop,
way
doop.
easier to use this D-pad than it is that joystick. Like 1,000 times easier. They should have just shipped Genesis controllers with all the Ataris.
I feel like the timelines don't work well, but that's fine. It's fine. Doop, doop, doop. Don't forget the... There you go. It's like you can't forget the tippy top one.
Oops.
Got hit by Coily. Don't be so coy.
Quietly.
I'm making a mess. It's fine. I brought a pillow. It's now nap time. Oh.
Nope. Oops.
Oh,
Wrong button.
I thought you were going to see Sam for a moment.
Who's Sam?
I don't know. He's one of the enemies. I don't know. And then there was the one enemy that,
See, the purple ones hit the bottom, they turn into coilies.
okay. Purples are coilies. And then there's the one that, oh, here he is.
That's Sam? He looks like the Grinch.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's the furthest we've gone.
Doop, 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 doop.
I'm not sure that's true.
I think this is the level you've made it to before, but any past this is a no. Oh,
What happened to Coily?
you gotta do it twice.
What, I do?
Yeah, it was turning green.
Oh, there you go.
It was double the trouble. Doop, 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 doop.
Sam's a jerk.
Switching everything back on you.
Mm-hmm.
Doop, 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 doop.
Whoop.
Oh. Whoa. Good
It was
job.
making noises then.
No! It generated on top of you.
Bond on top of me. That's not even fair.
Yeah, these old games don't understand what fair is.
Whoa.
I don't know why you were allowed to have an acid trip, but you were. Are green balls not bad?
I don't know. I mean, if your balls are green, that's probably pretty bad, but...
Yeah, that's probably true. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Doop, 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 doop.
Ah!
Well, what do you think the goal here is? Are we gonna try to get past the level that you have to do double color on? Or...
I don't know how long we've been streaming.
Mm,
Hour and two? Yeah, we could. We don't have to play too much longer.
doop, doop, doop,
I think the
doop.
live stream still says we're playing Dig Dug, but
Well, and I think you put "and other arcades."
I did.
Yeah.
Can't change the title of it in the middle of a stream. Okay, yeah, apparently you can eat the green ones because they do this.
Green or fine?
And they also
Green
seem
or veggies, Brandon?
they also seem to freeze the screen so that
Anything
other
you do
enemies
is,
can
is free
do it.
action.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. I'm wearing my watch upside down, I just realized.
That's good. Oops.
Boop, boop, boop. You're on your last leg, Brandon. Can you do it?
Probably. Alright, I think this will be the orange one that
Yep.
does it twice now.
Yep. Ah!
Hit the wrong button.
No!
Alright, well, I think that'll be enough for Q Bert here. I think that we are probably done for the night. It's getting a little bit late here, so we are gonna
Wrap it up.
wrap it up, and we'll see you later. So, thanks for watching.